Well, good afternoon, although that's a pointless beginning because I don't know when you're watching this. But anyway, welcome to the Wren Coffee House. This is our, probably third video news update. I hope you enjoy them. Do let us know what you think of them. Do share them so other people get to find out about them. And of course, any comments down below. We have tremendous coffee. We have, I've got a sticky toffee pudding, which is tremendous news. James, what have you gone with? Sorry everyone, it's James, youth person, carry on. What have you gone with?
Some sort of, what was it called? Frankincense? No.
It's a financier, isn't it?
Financier, yeah, it's financier.
You've gone exceedingly French. I don't think I could be more British if I tried.
On today's edition, we've got the Children Youth Work News featuring the Youth Work Apprentices. We've got some questions from you guys that we'll be answering and a new resource.
A new all-age worship resource, which I should be illustrating with this cake.
Brilliant.
So, the news. We'll begin with Youth Work Apprentices. James, what have you got?
4 new apprentices started in October, and this is one of them, Nikita.
Hi, I'm Nikita, and I'll be placed at St John's in Southall, working with the 5 Anglican churches as a group, but differently. I decided to do this apprenticeship because my heart and passion is for the young kids, and I'm here to show them that a life with Jesus is an exciting one, a vibrant one, and I just want to change this perspective and just give them a different way of seeing what their life could look like if they are led by Christ. And what I want to do and achieve over the next 3 years is really understand more about my calling, what that means for me, but also I want to see radical change with the kids in Southall and the young people, and I want to see their lives interrupted and disturbed by Jesus in such a magical way.
So that was Nikita, and we will be following their progress through the 3 years with those little video diaries they'll be doing. Last month we launched our annual year-long children's work course and our first ever year-long youth ministry course, and we've got about 10 people in each course, so we're pleased with that, and they are people who are going to spend a year going deeper into their ministry. In the new year we will be launching a couple of basic skills youth work course, kind of stuff you need to be safe and to make it work. If you are interested in hosting that, my contact details are down below. Do get in touch because we're looking for venues to host the Youth Work Basic Skills course. So that was the news, and that takes us to questions for Sam and James, our new feature. First question is for James, sent in from an anonymous youth worker who says, I feel stressed and overworked. What shall I do?
Well, I guess I don't know whether this is for a volunteer or a full-time worker. If it was for a volunteer, I would suggest speaking to your youth work leader. If it's for a full-time member of staff or even a part-time member of staff, looking at your diary and getting yourself organised and seeing where you're spending your time would be a really good place to start. I think secondly, looking at some non-managerial supervision, so maybe someone in church or someone outside of the church that could help you to look at your work and your time management, and maybe finding someone to pray is the last thing to do. Someone to pray with and seek some counsel from. So your question is, Sam, what should we do? New kids have arrived and our Sunday school's gone mad.
This is fairly common that what we do is when behaviour is a challenge, we put stuff in place to manage it, and then as it settles down we naturally stop doing that and it becomes easy, and then new kids arrive and you discover that all the structures have fallen apart and they're not part of the routine, so it's hard for them to fit in. First thing, get back to basics. All the stuff you do that you know to do in good behaviour management, get it back in place. Get back to affirming good behaviour. Get back to sticker charts to encourage ways of recognising good behaviour. Get back to ignoring kids who are not playing ball rather than focusing on getting their behaviour right and giving them the attention they're often going for. Point 2 is get to know the new kids and make an effort every Sunday. Go up to them, have a chat with them, find something to talk about, find some mutual ground so they get to know you and like you and appreciate you as a leader. And of course, final point is just ride the storm, you know. Sunday school's weird, church is weird. If you're not used to that, it's going to take time to settle in. And so have faith in your structures, have faith in the processes you've got in place, and give the child some time to settle in. And 99% of the time, you'll be fine. And finally, to finish, I just want to show you a new resource. It's from Scripture Union, and it's a all-age worship resource called Explore Together. Key insight, has embossed feet, which we like. But there's also something about this resource which is very, very clever, which I shall now illustrate using this cake. James, could you hold this for me?
Will do.
Right, so the thing I like about this resource is if you imagine that this sticky toffee pudding is your Sunday congregation, your all-age congregation, what we tend to do in all-age worship is it's like we sort of slice it laterally this way, and we sort of go, right, we need a bit for this section for the under fives, which is probably a puppet show. We need a bit for sort of activity for the 7s to 11s. Then we've got these teenagers and we've got no idea what to do with an all-age worship generally. And then we've got the grown-ups who get nothing, who just get fed up by it. What this resource tries to do is to try and say, why don't we make our slices this way through our congregation? And why don't we say that in this section, here are people who learn by doing, who have a spiritual style about doing. And some of them will be under 5, and some of them will be 80. It doesn't matter. There'll be teenagers, there'll be whoever you want in this section, but they'll all do it together because they learn best this way rather than they happen to all be the same age. So rather than these horizontal slices on age groups, you make these vertical slices based on how these people best engage with God, which is a very, very clever thing. So, if we go back to the resource, I've just got toffee sauce on my fingers, which I'm not sad about. You can see that we start with a preparation and a story which is all together, and then a prayer that's all together, and then we move on to the explore section where we've got 6 different ways you can explore. So there's talking and listening, and there's word for people who want to talk about it, and there's doers go down here, and then there's quiet zone for people who just want to sit and think. But it's a very, very clever resource because it starts to tackle that all-age worship issue that says, how do we stop this being a kids' service? So now it's time for us to finish. I'm sat here in front of a freshly sliced cake that I'm pretty desperate to start eating, so I shall keep this brief. I hope you enjoyed it. Do comment, do share, and I shall allow James the final word so I can get going.
Thank you for watching and see you next time.